Hello. I wanted to talk about an observation I made at the grocery store. So, I was getting groceries and I was in line with my daughter after school, and the lines were very long. I believe there were two, maybe three registers open, and all the lines were backed up all the way. And in that time, I saw plenty of people get frustrated, grow impatient, get angry, get upset, tap their feet, shake their heads. One woman had a handful of things and saw the lines as she went to the front to pay and decided to put everything down and walk out of the store, angry and upset. Her energy was a little shaky. Now, I don't know what was going on in the lives of these people at the time, nor did I pry to find out. So there could have been many circumstances that caused such a reaction. So I was waiting in line, and my daughter pointed out, "Oh, there are a lot of people in line." And she's 9 years old at this time. And I told her, "Yeah, and we just need to be patient and wait our turn." Mind you, I wasn't in a hurry to get home. Yes, I had things to do, but I wasn't in a big rush to be on time somewhere. Perhaps some of the people who were getting angry did have a time obligation. But either way, we have to think about how reactive we become, because that reactive state causes stress. It activates our nervous system, and that activates our adrenal glands. And that causes health issues when you continue to do this to yourself. And I say do this to yourself because you are reacting to an outer circumstance. And it can be difficult not to react to such a circumstance. Just like when people drive on the freeway and they get mad at each other, or somebody cuts another person off. The other day, I was in a car with a friend, and another car pulled up a little bit further than maybe they should have, but it was difficult to see. So maybe they needed to pull up, but there was too much traffic coming that they really couldn't go anywhere. But it could be that they weren't even able to see that traffic. So they were out a little bit further, so it was difficult to make the left-hand turn that we were making. But it was manageable. And I didn't see the expression or the look of the person who was making the turn. But as they were making the turn and they turned their head toward that vehicle, it was like I felt the energy of what just happened. And it wasn't until a whole different day when somehow that was brought up, that incident, and I said, "Did you give that person a mean look, an evil eye? And why did you do that?" And they looked at me and said, "Well, you didn't see my face. How do you know that?" Because that is what they did. But it was just because I could feel that energy. As you grow in consciousness, you grow more sensitive to people's energies. A lot of empaths also have this. And some of us decide to just cut that off and not acknowledge it, or maybe just not be aware of it. But the energy we put out there, it impacts everybody. But let's go back to the grocery store. So I'm in line talking to my daughter about patience. She said, "Mom, this is going to take a long time." And I said, "Yeah, but when we leave, we'll have food, we'll have groceries. I'll be able to make us soup when we get home. And I'm grateful to be able to stand in this line to get these groceries." When you think about how people used to live in the past, it's really a luxury to just go to the grocery store and get some food. I have read things about grocery stores in different countries having a farm on the roof and growing their own vegetables and fruits and things. I thought that was really interesting. Probably pretty good for us, I think. Anyhow, so I was in line, and what I was doing at this time, instead of getting frustrated that it would take a long time, I calmly spoke with my child, and I focused on grounding, particularly rooting into the earth, as I was just standing there in line, visualizing roots from the bubbling wells, that means the center of my feet, going deep into the ground in various ways, much like a tree. And this helped center me. If you ever see people who've really mastered their chi, they are not movable. They are completely rooted and grounded into the earth. It's pretty amazing. So now, the line I'm standing in, the woman decides that she's going to... She pointed at me, but then she changed her mind and went to the woman in front of me and said, "She's my last one." And she looked at me and said, "I can't even think straight anymore. It's been such a long day." And I said, "Yeah, you guys are pretty busy." And she walked away. I acknowledged that she was busy, and I understood. I went to get in line, and the two people behind me actually were able to get in line in front of me. So now I'm two more people back. And I said, "Okay." And the woman, one person in front of me, this woman, she goes, "You are in front of me. You can go in front of me." But she only had a few things in her cart, and I said, "It's okay. You only have a few things. I'll wait. It's just one more person back." I didn't feel the need to have to cut her. And then as I'm waiting, that same woman who said that she couldn't think straight and she was closing her register ended up coming up behind me, tapping me on the arm and saying, "Honey, come here, I'll take you." I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." So I got out of the back of the line and she went ahead and rang me out. And I was calm and I was patient and I thanked her with loving kindness. I asked her to get some rest for the night. And she said, "As long as my grandchild doesn't come over." But I understood. I had compassion for her. It was a long day at work for her. She's probably tired. She had a wrist brace on. I don't know what her condition is or what she has going on, but I'm sure standing on your feet all day and handling groceries all day, you get tired. Just like we all do, doing anything. And as I walked out, my daughter was happy and she was calm because I was happy and I was calm. Because what we show our children, they imitate. Children are like sponges. They just suck it all up. I haven't always been perfect, but I try my best every day. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do. So next time that you become frustrated because you're sitting in traffic, you're standing in line, try to do a practice. You could say a mantra in your head. You could chant. You could picture white light all around you. You can root to the ground like I did. You can pray. You can send loving kindness to others. You could do anything besides get yourself worked up. Because it's not worth it. Life is short. Let's remember the love inside of us and hand it out to others. Thanks for listening today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.